Hello and welcome to this Xbox Live episode 466. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I am Mark, aka Wingman 709. I am one of your hosts. With me this week is Rob,
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hello.
and also with us is Brun.
Yep. Hello, hello.
All right, so we are here every week, streaming live on Twitch on Sundays at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 Central, 8 Mountain, and 7 p.m. Pacific Time for those who don't know their time zones. Rob. That's a hit at you from last week. Um, I'm 2 hours behind you, Rob, not one. Um, but
What?
yeah, last week I'm ripping on you for last week when you guys were talking about the time at this point and had it all wrong. Anyways, great show, guys. Last week, you guys did a great job. I had to rip on something, so um, so we're gonna jump into it this week and find out what everybody has been playing. So, Rob, let's start out with you.
Sure. Played a couple two tree things. Skyforce Reloaded. Spent quite a bit of time on this thing, and just never really get tired of it. It's getting to the point of where it's getting pretty hard. If the further you go, the more stuff there is on the screen, and you have to leverage mega bombs and shields, and haven't quite worked the whole shield business yet. But that game is pretty awesome. Love it. And I tried, oh, what the heck was it? Albert and Otto. This is a game that just came out within about the last week or so. It's I think an indie game. I think that's fair to say. Sort of along the lines of, oh, it's a platformer. It reminds me a little bit of, oh, what was that one game with the little Eskimo girl and the fox? So Not Alone? No, Never Alone. Something like that. Came out a couple years ago. Anyway, sort of reminds me of that a little bit. It's a platformer. You go through, try to solve puzzles to, get into the next area. And what you're doing is you're going through there and you have a little doll, I guess. I don't know if it's supposed to be a doll, but that's Otto, and I'm not sure if it's a doll or a child, but whatever the case may be, this doll, I'll say, is on your back, and then you can just leave it in places to you know how you push blocks onto like floor switches in a lot of games, to activate a
Yeah.
door somewhere else.
Uh huh.
Well, you can drop this little doll on the switch or slide it down underneath, let's say like a little gap, and it'll trigger switches, which to me doesn't really make sense because you would think that a doll would be too light, I guess. But well, whatever. Um, this game was a little funky from the standpoint of it didn't look like it was finished. There's a lot of glitches in it. Well, a couple. I won't say a lot. There's a couple glitches, and can see that the quality assurance team probably hadn't finished or hadn't been reviewed or whatnot at all. And then I also tried Tomb Raider Underworld. This was the Games with Gold game for January. And I was a big fan of the original Tomb Raider game, at least when it was out on the PlayStation, PS1, which is where I first experienced it, and then, PC and all that other stuff. And it was really odd. I don't know if it was just because I was playing it on an Xbox One X, or maybe it's the transition off the 360 to Xbox One, period. But the controls for this thing were just so sensitive. Did you guys play it at all recently?
Nope.
No. It just seemed to me, at least. I mean, I'm not used to the controls in it. I've got to mention that. But like when you're panning the camera around, I mean, it's like, whoa, it's like spinning. It's like, whoa, it's just too fast to spin around. And I found myself just, it just caused control issues just because the camera's kind of all over the place as you're trying to control it and all. But yeah, it's a total old school place or old school Tomb Raider, that's for sure. And that was a little exacerbated a little bit, I think, too, because my Elite controller now has the drift issue. Did we ever talk about that? Or I think Dawn mentioned it when she was on. Somebody did.
Yours has the drift issue?
Yeah. That's where, as the controller is resting, the stick, my left stick, as it rests, it starts to move forward. So if you're just
Uh-oh. Oh, great.
offline,
You guys there?
yeah,
We're here.
no, we're back.
Yep.
So as you're holding the controller, is I went into the edit your Elite controller settings section, and as the controller's just sitting there, you can see all of a sudden it just goes, and the left stick moves up, 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 up. And then if you jog it down, it recenters itself, and then it slowly moves forward. I noticed this also a tiny bit initially with the Skyforce Reloaded, where my spaceship would just sort of like creep up towards the top of the map on its own. So I was looking, there's a bunch of so-called fixes on YouTube and make my eyes roll. Like this one guy has you blowing with a straw into your controller. There's these other guys, just all sorts of goofy stuff. So I don't know what I'm going to do. And if this thing is toast, I don't know if I like the Elite controller, but man, I don't know if I'm going to drop another $100 on another one.
What's the warranty on those? Are they a year?
Yeah, I think it's a year.
Because I thought they had that issue completely corrected. Like, if you had a newer controller after the first ones that went out, the Xbox Ones, like the original ones,
Mhm.
like I thought the S controllers and the Elite controller and all that, like that issue or the thing that was causing that issue was corrected. Like
Well, apparently not.
They stopped removing that piece or putting whatever that piece was that was continually getting broken or whatever. So
Apparently not. Or I'm just super lucky. But yeah, so I think that's everything I played. Oh, and I played some Roblox with my son. That was fun. That's about it for me.
all right. You want me to go next, Mark?
Sure, why not? And then
Sure, why not?
Sure, why not? I don't know if you got a chance, Rob, or I don't know if you got a chance, Braun, to notice if there was a difference. If you guys are down, Rob's audio's down back towards mine, or we equal, or
Oh, I do not know. I'd have to check.
You said I was
I'll check
above.
here in this. Yeah, I'll check here and let Rob check here in a second.
Okay. Thank you.
Rob can check between you and I because Rob and I are the same because we're on the same channel. So I just had him bump down the channel a little bit. But as far as what I've been playing, I played some PUBG on the Xbox, breaking in my friend that I work with at work. It was his first time playing. I think he said he had like 4 rounds in and was, trying to do this or that. So we kind of went in and like immediately I died, like trying to get him to parachute near me and work that out. Like we got separated really far. Like as soon as I landed, I got ran over by a motorcycle. So I was like, hey, Ken, it's all up to you, man. You got this. And he ended up finishing second. So it it was him versus two other guys. He was like in the middle of a field laying down. So, but PUBG on the Xbox, PUBG on the PC. Played some Gems of War because I blame Mark for that. So thanks a lot, Mark. I opened up Gems of War because I was in the clan with you, and I haven't opened it up after today. And all of a sudden, it's just like I got a bunch of crap from the clan.
Yep.
And I'm like, am I supposed to get this? Like, if I'm taking this and opening these, am I like taking everybody's? Like, I was a little worried.
No, it's all for
Like,
you, man. It's in your mail.
oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So be sure to go in. Like, there's
Yep.
what you want to do in that guild is go into the guild and you'll see there's tasks and there's a lot of things. Like, if we can do all of it in a week, like everybody gets an achievement, but it's
Right.
all contributing money or the gold coins. But and it's going to get pretty expensive. I don't think we'll ever do it until we get a really large guild that's active, but we've been doing great. Like Mars Warlord and I have been just dumping tons of coins and just getting, so all that stuff goes to everybody in the guild, even if they don't contribute. But preferably everybody would go in and look at the tasks and throw some coins to some of the tasks we're working on. And at the beginning, and it resets every week. So you'll probably see a lot of stuff because when it starts over, everything's like, oh, put 10,000 coins here or something for this task. And there's like 6 or 7 things. And then when someone does that, like one person go and say, oh, here's 10,000 coin. Boom. Everybody in the guild gets so much glory or so many souls or whatever, all those stuff. And everybody gets it. So if we're all working towards those things, then it's cool. And then there's also battles every week. And I completed mine today. I've done all my battles all week. And those add to the guild points. And I think if everybody's doing the battles, then again, the guild can earn stuff, coins and rewards and stuff. But that's all yours, Brun. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, good, because I got a good bit of stuff, and there's a lot into that game, like the leveling and all that stuff, and it's just kind of like I'm pushing through like the first, like I'm still like on the entry or the very first like city or town.
Right.
I'm like on quest 28 of 30 or something like that. So I think I unlocked the one above me or something like that. Because I remember watching you playing on when you were streaming on Mixer. You had like 10, and I'm just like, holy cow! So, of course, you were like level 60 something too. So.
I'm like a 101 now.
Yeah, I'm 9 or 12 or something.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah. So it's just like, I was like seeing you and I knew you were like leveling and doing this and that. And you had these high characters. I'm like, well, he's so far above me. Like maybe I just don't have to be concerned about leveling up my characters yet. And trying to find like who I should be using. So I've been like flipping, doing different characters. Haven't really lost yet. I think I finally lost my first match. Yeah. And I think it was just because I have the wrong people in there. Like immediately one of my people died like so fast. It's like, okay, forget it. So,
yeah, there's a lot to leveling those cards up and ascending the cards, leveling the cards, traits for the cards. There's a lot of stuff to do. So, but yeah, it's friggin' fun, man. And I will say this too. I thought when I set up the guild, it told me 10 people, but we've got like 14 in there now. And it keeps letting me add people, so I don't know if there's a limit. Maybe that was the original when they did the game and just never corrected that screen. But people had someone today sent me a message, gave me their invite code, and I sent them. So just send me a message on Xbox Live with your invite code, which is typically could be your gamer tag _ and then like 4 letters and numbers. That's what we're looking for. You send that to me, I'll shoot you an invite to the guild. So,
but yeah, I think that's everything I played. I didn't get into any Escape from Tarkov, which is what I want to start playing. I also want to start getting into Star Citizen and getting back into what's the other spaceship game that I always played that I'm drawing a blank? Elite Dangerous. Yeah, I want to get back into some Elite Dangerous because I have both of those games and I've played less than 25 minutes of Star Citizen, and that game is huge. I mean, huge.
Well,
So
you're gonna have a couple extra hours now every week here in a couple of weeks.
yeah, couple extra hours. So yep. Yeah, reading Facebook messages on that was interesting over the last week. I can tell you that.
I have had several people reach out to me and ask me if we're, replacing you. And
Yeah,
I said, yeah, Moobot.
yeah,
Put
we're
a picture of
tied.
Moobot
I mean,
down there. Yeah. So, but just for clarification, what I've been telling people after I joke with them that we're going to replace you with Moobot because Moobot's more popular. I'm just saying, obviously, Run's irreplaceable. So Rob and I are going to go alone and try to make the best of it. And we simply couldn't find a replacement for you, man. It's just you're too good at this, and I've had so many people reach out to me, Brun. They can't believe it. They come into me. Is it real?
yeah, I know.
I've had a lot of people come into parties and message me, and I was asked. Jesus Walks a Lot from Horrible Gamers. He actually did they're starting a new community spotlight episode that I don't know how long they're going to do it. What the duration is, but he wanted me to be their inaugural one, which I was really honored to do. And
Yeah.
so I don't know when it's coming out. It might be sometime this week that they'll release that, but he brought that up on that show too. And so, yeah, it's just, they're going to miss you. He didn't believe that you were leaving. And I've had people say, well, we'll just say he's retiring again for the second time or third time and he'll be back. Then someone else said that a Frito Bandito was like, well, we'll just call it that he's just taking a break.
Yeah. I saw a couple things of, yeah, whatever. What it is they're talking it up because they know he's not going to be on the show like in the first week of February for a week, and then he'll be back for a week. And then I had a person ask, like, are you going to be at least a guest, a guest star or something, like, a guest host or come on as a guest? It's like, I might pop in from time to time. So then it's
I
like,
was gonna make a rude comment on that too. When I saw that, I started typing like, why would we want him? We finally got rid of him,
Right?
And I was like,
Yes.
I can't say that because that's not really how I feel.
It's all based on if these guys will have me. They'll say yes now while I'm on here with them, but we know how it is. My email's going to get turned off, and I'll get kicked out of the Facebook group, and. No, but I was like, well, I can't pop in as a guest at least for 6 months because then people.
He's out of here.
Oh boy.
I couldn't resist.
Is that your joke of kicking me out now?
Oops, our tech guy jumped the gun. he just turned off all your access a little early, that's all.
I was just like, oh no, I disappeared, and I look on the screen and I see Rob just kind of chuckling because I can still see you guys streaming.
He's out of here, folks.
Yeah, so yeah, but yeah, it's nice that everybody had nice things to say and stuff like that, and everybody's understanding, and that's why I like this community. And yeah. But you have the longest list of what you've been playing, so
all right, well, I'm going to start out. Obviously, the two I always play, Lies of Astaroth and Gems of War. I've been playing a ton of those. I don't really need to go into them. I've been playing some Diablo 3 this weekend. I've been helping Comrade level up her characters. So we got one to level 70. We were working on it last night. Got to like 67, and I was just like I can't stay awake any longer. So we finished that up today, and then got started her second character and got her up to 59, I think it was. So after the show, we're actually gonna try to finish the last few. So I'll be on playing tonight. If anyone wants to join us for Diablo 3 tonight, we're just gonna be running rifts, getting Comrades last for another character up to 70. So I decided to check it out since it was free, and Rob keeps talking about this game every week. And that was Skyforce Anniversary. And I know he plays Reloaded.
That's
but
the old, yeah.
But Anniversary
They're
is
both
in the
good.
Game Pass and it's free. So I'm like, I'll try this out. And I can see the addiction. When I first looked at it, I mean, you mentioned it like a couple weeks ago, and I looked at it and I was like, this just doesn't look of any interest. And then you
Yeah,
keep talking
I
about
know
it.
what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, and then so I played it, and I was like, played the first level, I played the second level, and I played the third level. And I'm like, and now this, I did this after I got off with Comrade yesterday saying I can't keep my eyes open. I'm like, let me download this real quick. And I was like, well, let me just pop it and play it because I probably won't get a chance to play tomorrow. And I wanted to tell Rob, hey, I played something that you recommended.
Oh,
And
nice.
and at the third level, I was like, okay, I get it. I got to turn this off because I'm gonna sit here all night playing this thing. um, it's a really neat, fun little game, but it's hard. It is. It's like it's really
Yeah,
hard, man. And I don't think I'll get very far in it, but it's really cool that you can keep replaying levels and get the stars and get your energy and your shields built up and all that. And I'm looking forward to getting some better weapons than the default gun. But
yeah.
it's a fun little game.
Yeah, what you have to do with it is, so I'm trying to think back to Anniversary, which is it's a bunch different than Reloaded. 'Cause, Reloaded has a lot more power ups and a different kind of track. It's got technicians and all this other stuff. But with both of them, the one thing I can say is do not rush too fast into the later levels. What you kind of need to do in order to get all your stuff leveled up basically is try to go through those basic levels, let's say like the first one, and complete it on all three difficulties. So get all four, I think the first one, all four achievements, I guess, to progress to the next level, which one is at least 70% of enemies killed, 100% of enemies, all the dudes rescued, and then surviving without any damage. So if you get all four, then you go into hard, get all four of those again, and then you go into insane. So,
It's hard on the easy one.
but the thing is, as you level up,
It gets easier.
it gets a lot easier because in the beginning, there's some guys where you might need to hit them once or twice with a couple bullets
Yeah.
in order to get them to blow up or whatever. And then later on, just one bullet. And because like right now, my guy has on Reloaded, the main cannon is super upgraded. There's wing cannons, there's missiles, and I have this like little pod that sits next to me that also shoots.
Cool.
So, and plus there's lasers and then all this other stuff that you get. And you also kind of have to level up. Like what I do is I level up the main cannon and the wing cannons first as much as I can. And then I kind of catch up with the other stuff. I really haven't been upgrading my health as much because I just want more damage and I try to avoid getting hit as much as I can.
It's tough, man.
So
Sometimes you don't even see the shots coming. It's like
no,
I died to the day.
no.
I'm like, what got me? Like, what hit me?
Yeah.
There's so much on the screen, but it's
Yeah,
I'm
especially
enjoying it.
yeah, especially the helicopters. There's these like helicopters that go right to left and left to right. They fire these homing missiles. Those are just brutal. If there's too many of them, you really got to get them. As soon as you see them start coming in from the side, get up there in that corner and just shoot them as soon as they're getting on there because you really don't want a ton of bullets on the screen. And there's some levels on Reloaded, or it's freaking chaos. There's this one turret that shoots in all directions in a spiral,
Yep.
and you can't. No, it's almost impossible to not get hit.
Yeah.
But
That thing's on
But-
Anniversary too, on the third level. So
okay, yeah,
yeah, it's like in the middle of this big giant plane, and it just comes like it starts like a blossom, and just blossoms out, and then he's
Yep.
got the ones that are going back and forth, and like the bullets just kind of keep. Yeah, it's crazy. So fun little game.
oh yeah, Yeah.
The last game I played, I'm gonna save this one for last. So I did play some PUBG on Xbox, and I had popped in. I kind of been wanting to play, but I'm just no good at it. And I watch this game all the time. I watch people play this every day. It's such an entertaining game to watch, but it's just like for me to play it, I'm like, I don't know. I thought I'd be ready because I watched so many people play for so long that I was like, man, when this comes on Xbox, I'm gonna be ready to go. And it's just not that way. I'm still trying to figure out how to do stuff, and I really wish there was like a tutorial to this game. But I'm figuring it out, and so I jumped in. I saw that Jesus Walks a Lot was playing, so I hopped into his party. He was playing the game with Lowland Orphan, and so he's like, "Do you want to play?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." Was hoping you'd invite. So I jumped in with them. We did a 3-man squad, and we went out and we started playing. And we got, I don't know, we were working our way in, and it was weird. The first game, I parachuted in. I thought I was going where they were going, and I turned out to be long ways away from them. So I had to try to find some stuff and run to them. We got, I don't remember how far we got. I don't think we got a whole long ways in, maybe 50-ish or something, and got killed. But we played again, next round. Again, I'm like, all right, I'm going to jump with you. And I thought I was following them. And again, I landed way short of where they were, but I was able to get some gear and get to them. And we